All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Cali. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series is back in action. It's race number 1 of a brand new season, and we're kicking it off at California. It's an 80-lap race of a 10-race season here, race number 1, and Cali's a fun one, man. We got a big field, and we got flag-to-flag coverage. Who's going to bring home the victory? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, we got a big field to kick it off here at Auto Club Speedway. We know it as California. 80-lap race, all here live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Got a good one for you in store. Just under 10 minutes left to go in the practice session. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator, and owner of High Octane Racing League. Auto Club Speedway tonight, 2-mile track, race number 1 of a 10-race season and a 100-lap. Oh, it's actually 80-lap race here tonight. Oh, I got 100 on there. We could probably go 100. Who knows? Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Got a big field showing up here for race number 1 of the season. And a good season in store at that. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who provides our servers here. There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Also, some WordPress hosting, online store hosting, and VPS hosting, shared web hosting available through EliteHostingUSA.com. No matter where you are in the world, EliteHostingUSA.com can provide you with a server in your local area to suit your league's needs. And that's who provides our servers here at the High Octane Racing League. Don't forget to join us over at HighOctaneRacing.net. Get a quick link to our Discord server if you'd like to join us in race. Also, you get updates on schedules and who's running what throughout the week, as well as point standings in the various series we have, and a quick link to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate your patronage. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Great schedule headed your way. Of course, tonight, 80-lap race here in California. Next week, we'll be at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Hey, we're going from one side of the country to the other side of the country. Richmond Raceway, a little short track action on March the 31st. Kicking off April at Bristol Motor Speedway, the dirt track. Oh, my gosh. Thanks to Paulo Chachalowski and that whole crew there at Beta 94. For converting that track over and throwing some dirt out there on it and giving us a good place to race. Nazareth Speedway coming up on April the 14th. Talladega, some super speedway action on April the 21st. You see Dover, the Monster Mile, and then Five Flags Speedway, another short track. First time we'll be there. Got a little asterisk by that one to talk about that one at some point. 150-lap race there scheduled. Darlington, the Lady in Black on May the 12th, and finishing out the season at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on May the 19th. That's the season in store for you, and we're going to kick it off tonight here in California. We do have some more racing headed your way this weekend. How about tomorrow? Some more stock car racing. Starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, race number 3 of the season will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race. Great mile-and-a-half track there. And, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be up on the wheel here at Charlotte. Very, very bumpy track, but it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's coming up tomorrow. I got the date wrong on that, I think. We'll say it's March the 18th. That's what time it's coming, or what day it's coming up. I'm an amateur. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action tomorrow night in this time slot at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the final race of the season, race number 10. And a fun season it has been. Indianapolis is a great track. And we call this Beat Up the Broadcaster night because I get out of the broadcast booth and get in the car. It hasn't been too hard to beat me up this season, that's for sure. But Indianapolis is my home track, so you better be on your A game. So that's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you'd like to race with us, there's the link to the Discord server there just above the 2023 Season 1 text. Thanks for joining me over here on the YouTube channel. I appreciate you being here tonight. And don't forget to, if you haven't subscribed, to hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate that. And then smash the bell, man. That way you'll get updates when races are going live and what we have scheduled. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, there's a link up on the banner of the channel. You can make a donation straight through PayPal. Also, down in the description of this race, there's a link over to the Children's Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. That's the charity that Will Dunbar and High Octane Racing League we donate to, and Will Dunbar sets that up and does a great job with it. And we've really donated a lot of money here in the last year to Extra Life, so we'd appreciate your help. You can click on that link and make a donation if you'd like to help kids out. And also there is a link to the Sim Lab website if you'd like to help me out by clicking on that. If you want to purchase something through then, and thanks to all those folks who have, please use my link. Take a look at Denis Yunichin racing from Kharkiv, Ukraine. In the cheese car. This is a good one. There we go. Denis Yunichin joining us. Got about just under 2 minutes left to go before we switch it over to the qualifications. Thanks for coming in there, joining us in the chat. Givaldo always kicking it off, greeting everybody. He's one of our loyal members here at High Octane Racing League. And wishing for a good broadcast, good race here today. And also good to see Michael Simonsato out here. And I would guess he might be here watching Ricardo Simonsato. What do you think? Best of luck to him tonight. And thanks for joining us in the chat session. Take a look at the track here at Auto Club Speedway. 2 miles in length, 14-degree turns, front stretch 11 degrees, and the back stretch banked at 3 degrees. High speed, I think the high line is preferable here. You can race side by side. It's tough on tires, very, very gritty, and we've got this saved in the virtual world because they are bulldozing this track and making a short track. My heavens, man. But we got it here tonight for you, live on TurnLeftTV in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series. Looks like these guys are headed over to the qualification session. They'll have 10 minutes to get their laps in. Got a couple cars out here making their qualification attempt. Franco Alvarez. He's going to be lightning fast, you know that. So Alvarez in the 83 with his first qualification lap. Team Swoop in the 83 Tire Pros Chevy. You see, keeping it low there through the turn. You're going to see guys, I think, during the race go up to the high side here. We'll take a look and see what his lap is. 40.795 for Franco Alvarez. Marizan now jumps to the top of the grid, however. So Marizan's got the top time. We'll take a look at Paul Brown, his qualification lap. 40.890 for Paul Brown. How about Tim Lansbury, one of our New York drivers? He lives just outside of Watkins Glen Racetrack. How about that, huh? Our New York drivers, 82 Skyline Chili Ford Mustang with a 41.149. Todd Robillard in the 90 car, his qualification attempt. Marizon at the top time, 40.685. Robillard here a little bit slower in that second sector. .726 for Robillard, currently third on the grid. Dan Chesmore here finishing up his qualification attempt. Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Looks like he is a little bit of trouble there in the turn. Maybe he's done his quals attempt. 40.685 is the time to beat. Chris Hughes currently 14th on the grid with a 41.016. Looks like he's sort of backed off of that second lap there. Not going to make a full effort on that one. How about Givaldo in a 68 car? .68. Right now 18th with that first down. Now 19th. Let's see what the lap number 2 does for him. 40.890 up to 12th on the grid for Givaldo. Take a look at Dana Grover. In the target time, 40.685. Blake Marizon, the top time here so far. And these guys are running out of time if they're going to challenge Marizon. Oh, Dana Grover makes some contact with the outside wall coming off the turn, off turn 4. So right side damage there for him, 41.132. Still a 15th place qualification lap. So not bad, really, considering smacking that wall. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias in the Orange Crush sponsor machine. Right now, 7th on the grid. Well, looks like everybody but Thiago, I believe, Gomez in the 26 car. Good to see Thiago back in that Toyota. Good looking paint scheme there for him. 41.378 for Thiago, currently 18th on the grid. So it looks like the qualifications have effectively ended here. These guys will do the driver's meeting with the last 3.5 minutes. And we appreciate you joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get this party started. All right, welcome back here to TurnLeftTV. So I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster and commentator here at TurnLeftTV and owner of High Octane Racing League. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Qualifications have officially ended, and we'll give you the results. And we are California tonight, man. Going to be a lot of fun, I think. Take a look at the qualification results. Craig Barazon, last season's champion, qualifies in P1. Sean Jacobs qualifies second. Robillard third. Elijah Hooper qualifies in the fourth position. Franco Alvarez in fifth. Man, look at all those Chevys up there. Josh Brink qualifies in the sixth position. Seventh is Jesus Iglesias. Paul Brown eighth. Tim Lansbury, the lone Ford in the top 10, qualifies in ninth. Ed Palumbo qualifies in 10th. We'll take a look at P11 through 20. Gordon Carter 11th. Take a look at John Stanley there in that second Ford in the 14th position. Couple Toyotas there caked together in the 15th and 16th. So Preston Hassel in 20th tonight, starting in 20th. I would expect that car to move forward quite a bit. Dennis Udichin, the top third page there, 21st. Had a couple guys join and did not qualify. There, Rodrigo, Fernando, and Jim Willis. Take a look at Ricardo Sebasano, qualifies 22nd. Jomar Peixoto and Steve Pierce, 23rd and 24th. And again, we'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Of course, starting off a brand new season here in California. Next week, we'll be all the way across the United States in Homestead Miami Speedway in Florida. A 100-lap race there. That's going to be a fun one, too. I think in some ways, California and Homestead are very similar in the way that you have to drive them. The high line really, really works. They're both tough on tires. They both kind of cater to some side-by-side racing, but also tough, man. You got to get up on the wheel and really drive the car. So I think these two tracks, although different in length, different parts of the country, similar in the way you have to drive them. Richmond Raceway, of course, that's a short track. That'll be a fantastic one. Bristol Motor Speedway Dirt coming up on April 7th, and Nazareth Speedway coming up on or finishing up that first half of the season. That's a fun track as well. Very unique track, I would have to say. Another Pennsylvania track. We'll take a look at my keys to the race here at Auto Club Speedway. Race the track. And by racing the track, you're going to have to manage the throttle a little bit. You're going to have to work the turns using the throttle. Also, you're going to have to know how to get out of the throttle too, and really not dive somebody, not try to get into the side of somebody, not try to run into the back of them. Any dangerous moves here early on, not advisable. So manage that throttle. Manage your tires too. Of course, that's part of racing the track. You're just going to try to manage the tires. I'm constantly, whenever I race, looking at the tire wear on my car, especially these ovals. Give and take here tonight, especially early on. We got a big field. Looks like we have 28 drivers here joining us. So you have to give and take here. Hopefully people exercise a little bit of patience. And risk versus reward. Know when it's go time, and that's probably not early in the race. Man, we don't want to really run around under caution here. So risk of that move. Weigh that risk versus the reward. Is it really worth it to try to dive down to the inside and take a position only 10 laps in? So think about what you're doing. Also, if it's unsuccessful, you might end up losing 3 or 4 or 5 positions. You're going to have to time your passes, but you're also got to be really, really patient with those passes as well. Let the tires heat up here, man. Looks like we got a little birthday wish in store. How about this? It is Dana Grover's birthday today. So happy birthday, Dana. Hopefully you'll get a win. That would be great. Dana Grover end up in victory lane on his birthday. That'd be fantastic to see the 89 Fireball Flash Tracks VR machine in victory lane at Toyota. It's getting closer and closer and closer each week too. So happy birthday to him, and happy St. Patty's Day to everybody out there. Just keep in mind, you're going to be peeing green tomorrow. Or all night tonight. Well, I think it's about time for me to get my pick in here. My pick tonight. Man, it's a tough choice here. Tough. Big field. A lot of guys can win this race. I'm going with Todd Robillard to win this race here tonight. Don't forget the Saturday Showdown Series will be back in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a 100-lap race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Another great stock car series here at High Octane Racing League. And this one caters to our Euro drivers and even have quite a few Asian drivers also that join us. So Charlotte Motor Speedway coming up, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's race number 3 in the Saturday Showdown Series. That's to be live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, boys and girls, so I think it's time. It is time. We're about ready to get our race on. It's California Motor Speedway. California is Auto Club Speedway to most of us. And this is going to be a busy, busy race here. My heavens. This is going to be a busy one. All right, man. California, a fun track. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. And hopefully we got a good bunch of green flag runs in our future. Let's take a look at the starting order here at Cali. See Craig Marizon qualified P1, Sean Jacobs second, Robillard and Hooper start in row 2. Row number 3, Alvarez and Brink. Iglesias and Brown start in row number 4. Row number 5 will be Tim Lansbury, Ed Palumbo, Gordon Carter, Ricky Emerson start in row 6. Row number 7. Spindola and Jacobs. For Stanley, Dana Grover, Dan Chesmore qualifies 15th and 16th. Qualifying in the 17th position, Chris Hughes, Thiago Gomez, 17th and 18th. Tony Furtado and Preston Hassel, 19th and 20th. 21st and 22nd, Unichin and Sematano. Gilmar Peixoto, Steve Pierce, 23rd and 24th. Rodrigo Beltrame, I think that's how you spell that or say that. Fernando Alves, 25th and 26th. Jim Willis, 27th. Alexei Salviev, 28th. So Marizon is our leader, or our pole setter here. And hopefully everybody exercises just a little bit of patience here tonight. Pace car is off. We're to green here at Cali. And Marizon on the bottom line. Todd Robillard jumping up to the second position in that 90 car. On board here with Robillard, giving the 60 car a little bit of a push. Just by them, Sean Jacobs running in the third position. The 9X of Elijah Hooper up on the outside line. Franco Alvarez in fourth down on the bottom line. He and Ian Hooper are battling for position. Looks like Alvarez tucks in. Hooper holding on to the fourth position. Alvarez in fifth. Take a look at Tim Lansbury in that 82 car. A little bit of a hornet's nest right now. On board here with him as Chesmore, the 00, sneaks up beside him. He's running behind Ed Palumbo into 54. Palumbo jumps up to the high side. Lansbury going to the high side as well. Trying to follow those guys through. Take a look at that pass there. Dan Chesmore using the outside line. Tim Lansbury in the 82 down to the bottom line, and Chesmore getting that position. So good battling there. Paul Brown, Ricky Emerson battling it out. Emerson in the 8X car. Paul Brown in the 77 down to the bottom side. Good side-by-side racing here on the backstretch. Emerson in that 8X, looks like Chesmore's up on the outside. The 8X is inched ahead using that outside line. And Ricky Emerson on the move here in this 8X car. Ricky Emerson to the 8X has gained a few positions here since the start. Now shown in the 6th position. Dana Grover and John Stanley battling it out. The birthday boy going down to the bottom side here in that 89 car. John Stanley in the 12 up in the high side. Dana Grover going to try to take over this position. You see the 56 car up on the high side, just getting a little tight here. On board here with Grover as the 56 inches ahead. John Stanley now getting back around. Grover went down to the bottom side. He might end up paying the price here. He's going to need a hold here to get in. Nobody going to give the birthday boy a break here, are they? Chris Hughes in the 7 car might end up giving him the room he needs to get up there. Look at that. Chris Hughes just gave him a little birthday gift. So Dana Grover tucking in there as Hughes gave him some room. A little give and take right now, Chris Hughes, Dana Grover. Alexei Salviev in the 72 car up on the high side. Dennis Unichin in the 47 car. They're going 3 wide here, coming off the turn, 3 wide. 3X in the middle. That is Gilmar Peixoto in that 3X car. So good little battling here as now Unichin comes out ahead on that deal. Peixoto going to the high side. A little wacky right there. Dana Grover going to give Chris Hughes a taste of his own medicine. Or maybe Chris Hughes is going to try to get around on the outside and say, hey, you go down to the bottom line. I gave you that spot before. I'm not going to give it to you again. I'm going to take it. But Chris Hughes says, no, you're not. Has a little help from the 9 car. Tony Furtado in the 9 getting through. He's now up to the 15th position. Back to live up here. Craig Marizon is the leader, but he's being challenged by the 24. Sean Jacobs on the bottom line. This is side-by-side for the race lead. And what a battle here between Sean Jacobs and the 24 car. Just got back from Florida. We've got a 6-car pack side by side here running away from the rest of the field. Sean Jacobs and the 24 taking that position. Craig Marizon has to tuck in the 2nd spot. I don't think the camera angles at this track are very good. So Marizon back to P2. Let's take a look at on the back of his car. Todd Robillard in the 90. Emerson in the 4th position. Alvarez in 5th. Elijah Hooper running in the 6th position. That's a pretty good little battle there. Hooper and Alvarez. And Alvarez now climbing all over the back of Hooper. Also Ricky Emerson, the 8X as well. So Sean Jacobs is the leader. The 60 of Craig Marizon running in P2. Take a look at Dan Chesmore and Ed Palumbo battling it out. Chesmore, the 00 up on the high side. And the 54, Ed Palumbo, down on this bottom line. As Palumbo holding on to that spot, Chesmore has to tuck in. Preston Hassel in the 27 car, the bottom side. John Stanley up on the high side. Good battling here. 27 AMD Ryzen sponsored Ford Mustang picking up that spot. Now up to the 16th position. Sean Jacobs continuing to lead the field here in the 24 car. Marizon in second. Robillard third. Hooper is in the fourth position. Emerson second. Toyota in the top five. The 8X, Ricky Emerson, in his first race in a while, running in the top five. Sean Jacobs is the leader. Marizon in close toes. The three Chevys in the top five. 1, 2, 3. Robillard is the third one in line, but Hooper keeping him honest, man. Elijah Hooper running in the fourth position. Take a look at this. Jomar Peixoto and Fernando Alves battling for position. Jomar running in the 3X car. Alves in the 6X. And Jomar getting around Fernando. This guy's a little bit off the pace, however. Take a look at Gordon Carter in the 56 car. Now high place moving sponsor machine. Down the backstretch here, starting to get a little racy. And Palumbo and Chesmore battling it out as well. Dan Chesmore, the 00 car. Drifted up there just a little bit. As the two of Josh Brink in this mix, too. Out of the front of Josh Brink's machine. See the 00 and the 54 battling side by side. Ed Palumbo in that 54 car, Mello Yellow sponsor machine. Had a great season last season. Let's see what he can do this season. He's a patient driver. Got a lot of laps on him. And he's been racing for a lot of years. This guy knows how to get that car to the front. Dan Chesmore does some real racing. Raced a lot of series, a lot of real racing series, and he's out here mixing it up. Does a great job here in the 00 car. Josh Brink running in 9th. Chesmore 8th. Palumbo is in 7th, and they are still side by side. Somebody's going to get impatient here. I don't know. Brink, you're trying to go 3 wide. He's in the middle. Josh Brink in the middle of this. This guy's still getting after it. Great battle here between the 00 and the 54. It looks like Ed Palumbo holds on to that spot. Now Josh Brink on the outside. Make it a little bit interesting here. Tim Lansbury in this mix. Ricardo Simonsato in the 44 car. Also in this mix. Got a great pack here. So tires starting to wear out a little bit. Tires starting to give out a little bit now. Tim Lansbury in the 82 car. Up on the high side. Dan Chesmore also on the high side. Good side-by-side racing here. He's got to do some more different types of racing together. A little wreck fest once in a while, I think. And you see Paul Brown as well in that 77 car. He runs that little outfit there at Ridge Runners, and they do a Wreckfest on Wednesday nights. Starting to get quite a few drivers there, or participants. 77 car right now running in the 9th position, as Sean Jacobs is our leader. Craig Bears on 2nd. Robillard 3rd. Elijah Hooper running in the 4th position. These guys have been pretty comfortable up here. Ricky Emerson and Franco Alvarez have kind of dropped those front 4, but trying to work their way back up there. And these guys are still having a dogfight, starting in that 6th position, as Josh Brink has found himself to lead that 2nd pack. Ed Palumbo just behind in the 54 car. Take a look at Ed Palumbo in the 8th position. Paul Brown, Tim Lansbury, 9th and 10th. And we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here before long, I would imagine. Ricardo Simonsato in the 44 car down on the bottom side, as the 27 up on the high side. 27 car gets by, and now Simonsato in that 44 car has the 89 breathing up his back here. Looks like Fernando Alves now back on the track. He might have made a pit stop here, so he's back out. We're starting to see some green flag pit stops here. Rodrigo on the 5X car. Beltram on pit lane, now finishing up his pit stop. So starting to see some green flag pit stops out of these guys. Our front guys coming down pit lane. I'm hearing some talk. I think Todd Robillard coming down pit lane this time by. Take a look at the 90 car. This is going to be a busy pit lane. The 90 car going down to the bottom side. Remember the 90, the Sunoco sponsor machine. He says he's got to come down pit lane this time. So keep your eyes on this 90 as the 9X going by. The 90 having a little bit of trouble there. Oh, he got that car sideways. Alvarez, oh, look at this. They're 3 wide getting onto pit lane. Alvarez going to the inside, as the 90 got a little bit squirrely coming down pit lane. Wow. That got interesting. 8X peels off into his pit stall. The 90 car on pit lane. On board here with the Sunoco sponsor machine as he tucks in his pit stall. So pits underway. Elijah Hooper is the leader, as Todd Robillard on pit lane. Looks like he has finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Elijah Hooper now coming down pit lane. So Elijah Hooper, our race leader, on pit lane. We got some speeding penalties. Josh Brink on pit lane. Paul Brown on pit lane as well. Jim Willis, I think, in 53 car coming down pit lane. Preston Hassel on pit lane after getting caught speeding. Got to stop and go. Ricardo Simonsato in the 44 car shown as the race leader. Simonsato in the 44. Now leading the field. Looks like he's coming down pit lane, I believe. He is on the apron. Simonsato in the 44 car going to make a pit stop here. That's, I think, going to give the race lead to Franco Alvarez. Simonsato has had some trouble. He's going to have to come back down pit lane or come down pit lane. And Simonsato might be out of gas. I think Simonsato might be out of gas, and he is coasting. Take a look at Ricardo Simonsato. And I believe he is out of gas. That car is coasting, and I think if he plays his cards right, he might be able to make it to pit lane. into his pit stall. Simonsato out of gas here on lap 23. Green flag pit stops and a little drama hitting us. Okay, get that car to his pit stall. And it looks like he might. There he goes. He's in his pit stall. How about that? Franco Alvarez is our leader in the 83 car. Marizan is in second. Got some guys who have sped who now find themselves off the pace there a little bit. You take a look at the 56 car that's just behind Alvarez. Gordon Carter is off the pace, and he is now in the 24th position. He's in the lucky dog position, one lap down. And these guys have been caution-free. Simonsato has a penalty. And he might have got caught speeding coming off pit lane. Ricardo Simonsato now going to have to serve a penalty, as he's down on the apron again. Remember, he coasted. He was out of gas, coasted to pit lane, but I bet you after he got fuel, he sped. And now he's going to have to serve a drive-through. Franco Alvarez is the leader in the 83 car. Marizan second, Palumbo up to the third position. Emerson fourth, Robillard is in fifth. Simonsato back on pit lane, serving the penalty. As now he's finishing up his stop and go. So worse than a drive-through, it's a stop and go for Simonsato. Good pack here, brewing, as you see the 54 car on the bottom side. Take a look at Franco Alvarez, our leader. Looking out of the back of his car, you see Gordon Carter running in the 24th position, lucky dog spot. Craig Marizan is in second, just behind. Simonsato now coming back out on track. Ed Palumbo in the third position. Gordon Carter giving those guys some room now. He knows he's in the lucky dog spot. No sense in racing these guys really hard to try to hold on to that lead lap or fight back on that lead lap. Jim Willis is the second car in line, one lap down. He is in the 53, 25th position. He's about 12 and a half seconds out of P24. Alexei Salviev and Givaldo Spindler here battling it out. Salviev in the 72 car, Spindler in the 68. Good side-by-side racing there. Salviev in that Toyota trying to get ahead of this Camaro. Givaldo's got a lot of oval track experience. And he tucks behind the 72. Givaldo Spindler in that Camaro, one of our Brazilian drivers. He is running in P18. Dana Grover and Dan Chesmore. Dana Grover, the birthday boy here, getting a little help from Chris Hughes. 89 car trying to get by this double zero. Oh, a little bit of slide job there. There might be some contact. Grover slid up the track, got a little help from the 7 car. But the double zero tight with him. So Chesmore giving up a couple spots. Todd Robillard here in the 90 car as it looks like Ricky Emerson on the bottom line in that 8X car tucks in, and Robillard gets that spot. So Robillard now up to the 4th position.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag. Yellow flag here on lap 30. As Franco Alvarez will take the caution flag. We'll take a look and see what happened. Looked like Givaldo might have been involved in this. There might have been a little bit of warping here. Take a look. Givaldo down to the bottom side. No warping there. It looks like Givaldo may have just drifted up a little bit. Got into the 72 car. Givaldo riding the rails there. Check that out. That'll make your butthole sore, huh? And the Napa cars tried to get around. He couldn't get around, so that collected him as well. Sorry, man. See the 68 drifted up the track right there. Gets into the 72. 72 in the wall as well. And then also Givaldo. Take a look here as this on board here with Givaldo, and he just climbs up the track, gets into the wall. And the 72 gets collected that as well. Take a look here on board with Alexei Salviev. Looks like Givaldo drifted up there and got into Salviev, and Givaldo riding the rails right there. And then Thiago Gomez can't miss him and gets into him right there. So we'll come back live. So I'd say we're probably going to have some pit stops here. What do you think? Guys going to maybe top out with fuel, take some fresh tires? So don't forget, man, we got some more racing headed your way. Coming up tomorrow will be a Charlotte Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race, race number 3 in the Saturday Showdown Series. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, Charlotte in the Saturday Showdown Series coming up tomorrow. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Guys on pit lane. As we are on or watching Craig Marizon in the 60 car. Take him, he's finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Going to make these track builders take one of those cameras or locations and get it to where you can zoom in on the pit exit. That's always nice to get that battle off pit lane. This way I've got to fly the camera all the way over to pit exit. You know, I can't do that. We also got some more racing coming up Saturday night at 9 p.m. That's coming up tomorrow. We'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder. It's the final race of the season, and we're going to crown the champion tomorrow at Indy. 80-lap race starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Franco Alvarez is going to be our leader. We got Gordon Carter, Steve Pierce on pit lane, Simonsato on pit lane. Sato's had a little bit of a challenging night here. So first caution flag, good 30-lap run here with 28 drivers. We'll be pretty pleased with that. We'll just keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully we stay green. The 83 wants that inside line. No barbecue tonight, Iglesias says. No barbecue tonight. He says electrical issues. That kind of stinks, man. Hopefully you're not having storms or anything, man. And everybody's safe. It's always good to see you, though. Best barbecue on the earth right there, Jesus Iglesias. The Spaniard. Jesus. Barbecue Iglesias. KT, hello, Heath Kent. Who's Kent, man? Yeah. Hello, Heath and Kent. There we go. Looks like they had a little bit of a connection issue. Right now we're in a little bit of a holding pattern here. So just a little bit of reboot here. I think we'll be all right. So in a little bit of a holding pattern here. Just give us a few minutes. Paula, just hang on 1 second. Well, that's going to help some guys out. We're resetting the grid right now, and kind of a weird deal there. I know they're having some bad weather there on the East Coast a little bit, so we appreciate you being patient with us. Just doing a little bit of a reset here. It's like lost the server. Interesting. We never, I don't know how long it's been since that's happened, but looks like 21 drivers are back so far. And what we're going to do is give everybody their position back and set the race length down to, I think, 50 laps or 40 laps, I believe. So looks like we'll get back going here. Wow, that was crazy. That was a little crazy. So we might be back up and running. At least we have got some graphics. There we go. So everybody should get their position back, which is good. I'm going to keep our fingers crossed here, and we'll give everybody their position back and finish this race out the right way. And a good 30-plus lap run. So everybody will get their position back. Right now we're in the practice session. We will edit the grid in the warm-up session. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's race number 10 of the season. 80 laps at Indy. And that's beat up the broadcaster night. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and get my butt absolutely beat. Don't forget to join us over at High Octane Racing League. Also, join my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the bad boy. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Don't forget to hit that bell and click on those links down in the description of this race. Got one over to the SimLab website, as well as the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. If you'd like to make a donation to kids and help them out, you can use that link. Would appreciate that. So these guys are going to edit the grid here, and short little I forgot to, let's see, mention that the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be at Interlagos coming up next week, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Interlagos is a great track, man. That's Sao Paulo. I think some of my Brazilian brothers will give me a place to stay or something. I mean, maybe buy me a beer. It's going to be a great one, man. 60-minute race in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. What better racetrack, really. It is a fun racetrack. Interlagos coming up. It'll be live here on TurnLeftTV, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March the 25th. Right now, still editing the grid. A lot of cars here. I think we're waiting on one more guy to join in. Looks like they are just about ready to rock and roll. We'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway, 100-lap race coming up tomorrow. Next week, March the 24th. I got people talking in my ear right now. Richmond Raceway coming up on March the 31st. You see Bristol Motor Speedway, the dirt version, boys. Get your calendar set. April 7th, be here. 150-lap race there, and I think we might split this up into several segments. It's going to be a tough one, man. 130 laps at Nazareth Speedway on April the 14th. Talladega Super Speedway, the back half of that season. Dover, Five Flags, Darlington, and Indy. Okay, looks like these guys are just about ready to rock. Thanks for being patient with us. All right, here we go. Think the grid is ready to rock and roll. We just have just a little bit of a change. One more little effort here. Here we go. All right. Back at us. Thanks for being patient. So a little bit of a 50 lap little jaunt here. And we'll see if this is still the starting order. What do you think? Alvarez, Robillard, Marizon, Palumbo. That looks right. 1 through 4. See Hooper, Emerson, Grover, Lansbury. That looks right. There we go. Looking good here so far. Jacobs, Brink, Hughes, Chesmore. Furtado, Beltram, Udichin, Hassel, 13th through 16th. Salviev, Gomez, Peixoto, and Pierce, 17th through 20th. Gordon Carter, Jim Willis, Alves, Fernando style, 23rd. Givaldo Spindola is 24th. And you see Simonsato and Brown. Kind of a weird looking deal they did with the cars right there. All right, so Alvarez and Robillard will start 1-2, and looks like Marizon, Palumbo starting in 3-4. Hooper and Emerson, about 3 Toyotas there, 5th, 6th, and 7th. The pace car's off, and we're getting ready to go back grade here. Way to go! Alvarez, the leader. Robillard up on the outside line. Marizon, so we just had a little bit of an extended caution flag, didn't we? As we take a look at Alvarez now getting that lead. Guys coming down the backstretch. Little battle here. See Elijah Hooper. 24, Sean Jacobs, the 9X of Elijah Hooper up on the outside line. Sean Jacobs with the 24. Just got back from Florida, man, all 10. And here he is, battling for position. 7th spot. Hooper's going to try and take it over here on the outside line. Good battling here side by side. As Elijah Hooper showing some really some great racing savvy. He's really a new driver here. And he's showing a lot of savvy as the 24 car running behind him in the 8th position. See 82 up on the outside line, the 00. Side by side is the 82 now giving up that spot to 00. Chesmore now up to the 12th position. Lansbury back to P13. Udichin in the 20 looks like the 27, Preston Hassel, Dennis Schuderton in the 16th position up on the high side. Those guys got together there. There was some contact. We got some shenanigans up here. It looks like a Ricky Emerson in the grass. Ricky Emerson off pace in the grass. Emerson's lost a lot of spots. He's on the apron now. There's something with Ricky Emerson. That didn't work out. Oh, we got some spinning going on. Spinning on the backstretch. 25 or 26 involved. He backs it into the wall. Uderchin involved. Ricky Emerson not involved in that. He got off the pace on the apron. We were watching him, and a caution flag is out. Is Alvarez going to pick up the yellow flag? Now, guys, we did a good job on that first little set. Take a look and see what happened here, hopefully. Just got a little bit of a hitch there. We had a spin. Uderchin and Gomez were involved. And we'll take a look and see what happened here. See Uderchin up on the high side. 26, Gomez involved here. Oh, looks like maybe the 26 might have gotten up into the 47 car. Watch his set. Yeah, it looked like the 26 came up the track and got into the 47. So you take a look at Uderchin. He's on the outside line. And then the 26 down on the bottom line. And then coming off the turn, horrible camera angle right here. And you see the 26 car goes up the track and gets into the 47. Gomez might have broken loose. Might have broken loose on that deal. So the 26 and the 47 get together. Go on board here with the 26. Yeah, he just gets up the track, gets into the 47, and then those guys hard into the wall. 26 backing that car up. Look at that. Emerson missing that. We're going to have some pit stops here, I would imagine, as Franco Alvarez is our leader. So it doesn't look like everybody came down pit lane. We certainly have had some, about half of the field, maybe a little bit more on pit lane. Gordon Carter, I think, might be the first of that crew to make a pit stop, and he's coming back out on track as we do our side-by-side. Get that right here. There we go. Is Gordon Carter rejoining the racing service. He's going to be in the 11th position. Robillard up in that second position, the 90 car, and the 60, Greg Marzon in third. And Palumbo in the fourth position in the Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Dana Grover, the birthday boy, running in P5. And I think yeah, it might be, looks like maybe getting the one to go. It's like maybe two to go here. Think of Paul Brown, man. Paul Brown just did a gangster job of getting the field reset and getting everybody back out here. We only, I think, missing one driver from the original crew, and he decided to leave the race. So really got everybody back in, and that's awesome. And good job to Paul Brown on pulling that off here. I did a little screenshot of the order, and he took that and got on the server and did it upright. So, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for a issue-free race. That was bad. We've had a little bit of weather over there that side of the country here in the last couple of days. So who knows? Certainly not a normal thing to happen, that's for sure. Franco Alvarez looks like he's going to take the inside line here. That puts the 90 up on the outside line. The 60, Craig Marzon will start in P3. 54, Ed Palumbo starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth will be Dana Grover. Elijah Hooper starts on the outside in sixth on this restart. Rodrigo Beltram runs starting in seventh. Tony Furtado starts eighth. And I apologize to Rodrigo if I'm mispronouncing his last name. He emailed me today or sent me a message on Discord today, and here he is out here racing tonight and running in the seventh position. So a good run here for Rodrigo. Another one of our first-time drivers running in the third position, and that is Fernando Alves. And good to see Fernando out. He did the same thing, man. Just messaged me today, and I said, hey, let's do it, man. Let's get you set up. We figured out what they wanted to race and, what day, what time they wanted to race, and here we are out on the track. And that was in less than, maybe about 4 hours or so. I did all that from work, actually. Using my phone with kids in my face. I'm a high school teacher, man. All right, here we go. The 83 Tire Pro sponsor machine on the inside line will lead the field to go back green. Franco Alvarez sat out last season. I think he raced maybe once or twice, but sat out and back at it. He's got a championship under his belt. He's going to be vying for a championship. Back to green here at Cali. Now looks like Marzon dropping down to the inside line. Trying to get something going here on the inside. And the 90 car has to tuck in, running in the third position as Marizon picking up P2. On board here with Todd Robillard running in the third position. And Palumbo in fourth, just behind. Nose to tail here. A little bit of side-by-side action back here. Oh, the 53 off the pace. Jim Willis up the track. He might have got pushed up there. Jim Willis in the 53 car went straight up there toward the wall, and I think he might have gotten forced up the track in that 53. So he's lost a lot of positions here, but no crash. That's good. This guy's side-by-side just ahead. Willis in his Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Feathering that throttle coming off the turn. Giving the 3X a little bit of room. Jomar Peixoto just ahead as Jim Willis now back to the 21st position. So he lost some positions in a hurry. Something happened just ahead. Go back here and look at this replay. That might have been the 3X machine. This is a little bit of a replay here. 3X and comes up the track just a little bit right there and gets into the 53 car. The 53 holding on to that spot. Dennis Udichin had a ringside seat for that one, man. Watch this on Dennis Udichin's car. Just ahead at that 3X machine comes going up the track and getting into the 53. Back up here, side by side for the race lead. The 60 car, Craig Marizon, just fresh off a championship. Wanting to kick off the next season right and maybe pick up a second one. He's going to get that spot. So Alvarez tuck in to the second position as the 60 car. Get that spot. Alvarez up the track, almost gets into the wall. Alvarez almost into the wall there. The 90 car, Todd Robillard running in the third position. Alvarez now diving back down to the inside. He's looking to get this spot back. You see Marizon up on the outside line as Alvarez picking up this spot. Gonna put the fence in the way. That camera over the top of the fence. Take a look at Rodrigo Beltran. Rodrigo running in the 8th position. His first race out in the 5X car. He's up on the high side there battling the 9X of Elijah Hooper. Rodrigo showing some muscle here at Cali. Picking up a spot here on the outside line. Josh Brink and Tim Lansbury here battling it out. Brink on the bottom side. Tim Lansbury up on the high side. Josh Brink in that 2 car. Down on the bottom is the 82. Tim Lansbury up on the high side. Brink ended up getting that spot. And looks like, oh man, looks like Simonsato might have gotten into the wall. Simonsato got into the wall here. We'll take a look here. Ricardo on board here with him. He's going to get up the track, chase this car up the track. And coming off the turn, I think it's going to make some contact. Right there, hard contact for Simonsato. Right side damage there for him. We got a battle here for the race lead. Alvarez had retaken the race lead. Marizon says, I want it back. He's got a little bit of help there with the 90 car. Robillard in this mix here. That 90, he wants these guys to use their stuff up. Dan Chesmore in the 11th position, battling Alexei Salviev side by side. Salvi up on the high side. That Toyota, Chesmore in the Toyota in the 00. Looking to try to pick up some spots. He's get the 11th position. Paul Brown now battling Elijah Hooper. Paul Brown in the 77 car trying to move up the grid here. as these guys starting to get crazy racing up front. This battle up front is getting serious. Look at this. You've got a wad of cars up front. On board here with the 54 car, Ed Palumbo. He's in this mix. As Marizon is the leader, Ed Palumbo in the 54 car battling for Franco Alvarez. Robillard in this mix. Look at this. Tony Furtado up here as well. And Rodrigo Beltran. Furtado tucks in, looking out on the front of Beltran's machine. See the 54 and the 83 side by side. The 90 down on the bottom side. Good battling here, side by side. Good clean racing there. Furtado up on the high side. Tony Furtado wants a little piece of this action in that Valvoline sponsored machine. Good battling up front. These guys getting racy. What a pack of cars. Good clean racing there as Marizon looking out of the back of his machine and Alvarez all over the back of him. Take a look at Marizon at the wheel. As Alvarez looking on the outside. Alvarez into the back of Marizon. Marizon holding on to that spot. We got some great racing going on now, man. Josh Brink on the bottom side here, following the 72 of Alexei Salviev. Elijah Hooper up on the outside line. Brink and Hoover side by side, swapping some paint down the front stretch. Swapping paint down the front stretch. And the 2 car down on the bottom side here, trying to pick up this spot. Coming off the turn, looks like he's got it. Now sets his sights on the 72 car. Dana Grover said, hey, it's my birthday, man. Give me that spot. Brink says, no can do. I gave you balloons, and that's all you're going to get. And the Brink is going to try to take over this spot. On board here with Brink. Behind is 72 of Alexei Salviev. Chris Hughes in this mix in the 7 car. 21 laps in here on this restart. The 7 car up on the high side. That 89 of Dana Grover has got up way up the track that he might have gotten into the wall. They're 3 wide coming off the turn. 89, the 9X, the 56, all in this mix. Gordon Carter up on the bottom side there, down to the bottom side, battling Dana Grover. He's wanting to try to get through, but he's got to hold off a charge of cars behind him. Looking out of the back of Gordon Carter's machine, or excuse me, Dana Grover's machine at Gordon Carter. Wow, man, what a crazy race right now. We'll go up front here. These guys starting to run away a little bit. That's the 60 and the 83. Craig Marizon in the 60 car. The 83 got into the wall coming off the turn. 83 made contact with the wall. Alvarez, a little bit of right side damage there. And he's indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Ed Palumbo and Tony Furtado here battling. Furtado up the track. Oh! Furtado goes up the track. Right across the front of the 54 car. 77 sneaks by. Oh, my heavens, man. Salviev to the inside. Wow. Look at this. 3 wide, 4 wide coming off the turn. Chesmore wants a piece of this action. These tires are getting a little ugly. Tires getting ugly. Wow. What battling there. Holy smokes, man. We'll take a look here. Look at that contact as Paul Brown slips through And, man, what a move by Paul Brown on getting through this. Watch this. Let's see if we can't go back and take a look at that again. Paul Brown slipping through as Furtado and Palumbo got together. And now they're on pit lane here. Paul Brown is the leader as these guys coming down pit lane. Marizon, Palumbo, Furtado, all on pit lane. Giving up the race lead. That battling was getting intense. As you take a look at Craig Marizon on pit lane. Paul Brown is the leader. And Franco Alvarez is just ahead of him on track, but Franco's already made his pit stop. You see Marizon coming back out on track. There's those guys down on the apron. Paul Brown is the leader. Maybe a little strategy here on the 77 car, hoping for maybe a caution flag to get some of these guys trapped a lap down. We still have a fair number of cars that need to come down pit lane. Not heard anything out of the 77 car. Alexei Salviev in the 72, running in the second position. Sean Jacobs third, the 8X of Ricky Emerson in fourth. And we've got a yellow flag right there. That's what Paul Brown was waiting for. That's working in his strategy perfectly. Now, can some of these guys take the caution flag and be able to come around and make a pit stop? It looked like maybe Dan Chesmore might have been involved in some form or fashion. Chesmore coming back out on track. Oh, he missed a gear. He downshifted and broke the car loose. I think that's what happened. Just shifting at the wrong point right there, and it broke the car loose, and he's straight into the wall. Take a look at this again. Right here. And straight into the wall for the 00 car. And his pit crew, his crew chief right now is on his ass. My heavens. Take a look at Dana Grover, what he saw coming off pit lane here in the 89 car. It's all going to be transpired by the time he gets off pit lane, but you'll see maybe out of the front, over there on that left side, up against the wall right there is the Dan Chesmore machine. The Chesmore just, I think he just missed a shift. And the thing just came around. We'll take one last look at it. And this car is just going to break loose. Right here, just the back end comes around. And he's straight into the wall. A tough break there for him. As we go back to live here and take a look at our field, Paul Brown is the leader. So, Paul Brown stayed out. Salviev was out. He and Jacobs were starting to have a little battle there just before the caution flag came out. Ricky Emerson fourth, Hughes in fifth. So some of these guys, you see Furtado, he's in 21st. He's a lap down. The Palumbo is a lap down in the 17th position. Palumbo is the first car 1 lap down. So very interesting turn of events here with our second caution flag. We want to say thank you for being patient with us here tonight as we had a server crash there and had to recover from that. Paul Brown did a great job of editing the grid and get everybody back where they needed to be. As you see him coming down pit lane. This is going to be an interesting pit stop here, as could be really, really important how cleanly these guys get off pit lane. Jacobs in the 24 tucking into his pit stall. So is Ricky Emerson. As we'll see if we can't catch a little bit of this battle off pit lane. See Paul Brown in the 77, the first one out. Salviev also coming out good position. Look at that battle right there. Get a wad of cars there. Simonsato and Jacobs having a great battle. I think they're still trying to go at it there on the apron. So Lansbury, he is shown as the race leader, as some of these guys are going to get wave rounds just ahead. But Lansbury, it looks like he's somewhere around 6th on the in line. We might have some wave rounds. I think so it looks like Ed Palumbo might be in that wave around position. We'll see. So a little bit of a shake-up there with some guys coming down pit lane. Caution flag comes out. Other guys, electing to pit under caution, obviously. And we got some guys who are now hoping to get a wave around because they finished up their pit stops, came back out on track, had fresh tires, but were technically a lap down until these guys came down pit lane. So Lansbury is the leader. And it does look like Tony Furtado is maybe in a wave around position too. We'll see how that works out for those guys. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow will be a Charlotte Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race in the Saturday Showdown Series. That race starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have the date wrong. It's actually going to be the 18th of March instead of the 11th of March. I forgot to edit that, so another rookie move. But the Saturday Showdown Series, a lot of fun. That'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. If you want to do some Cup Series racing at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come on out. We'd love to have you. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action at 9 p.m. coming up tomorrow night. Race number 10, the final race of the season, will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is Beat the Broadcaster night. I get out of the broadcast booth, get into the driver's seat, and see how many of these drivers I can beat. Come on out. We'd love to have you, man. This thing has been going on for 22 years. Since 2001, the Saturday Night Thunder has been in action. I remember I was racing it back then. Racing with High Octane Racing League. I joined them in 2001, just doing some pickup races on a Saturday night in the NASCAR 4 sim back in the day. As you see Lansbury coming down pit lane here. And here we are 22 years later racing High Octane Racing League. And look at this. We got, 26 drivers out on the grid tonight. Lansbury on pit lane. That will give the lead to Alexis Salviev in the 72. Ricardo Simonsato going to start in the second position. So a little bit different look up front here. Jacobs and Brink, third and fourth. A little bit different look to the front on this restart. Listen, we got, 17 laps, 18 laps to go. 18 laps to go, and it's go time. You got to hold on to your positions there. You may start seeing the aggressiveness pick up a little bit.
Green flag, go, go, go.
So it looks like a penalty there because somebody was out of line. So we'll fix that for him. So back to green here. As Alexei Salviev is our leader, and he's broken out there from the 24 car. Sean Jacobs in second. Simonsato in the third position. Did not get a good restart. Jacobs got around. Simonsato now back to P3. Josh Brink in the fourth position. Brink in P4 in that 2 car. Good run here for Josh Brink. Tony Furtado in the 9 car. 77 car gets by the 9 running in the 18th position as Salviev is the leader. He's got a pretty good lead here. There's a little comfortable lead right now. About half a second, a little over half a second lead over Sean Jacobs, and he wants to see these guys get racing. He wants to see these guys get racing. Jacobs and Simonsato are doing just that. Simonsato peeking on the bottom side. Sean Jacobs up on the outside line. Josh Brink in this mix. And they're starting to get serious behind there. Jim Willis running in the 5th position. That Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Just in front of him is the 8X. Actually, just in front of him is the 2 car. And we're on board here with Jacobs looking out of the back of his machine. 60 car in this mix. Yeah, boy. 53 trying to hold on to that spot as the 7 car tucking back in. Wow. On board here with Jim Willis. He said, I am not going to give up that spot, man. He was fighting for a position. Jim Willis says it's go time. Salviev is the leader, and he wants to see these guys get racing. 0.7 of a second lead now for it. Oh, man, they're getting after it here. They are getting after it. Ricky Emerson in this mix. Looks like also a little bit of a lap traffic there as well in this mix. Now Jacobs has now caught Simonsato. Salviev. Simonsato's in the mirror. So Sean Jacobs now climbing up on the back of Salviev. Wow. This is getting fun. This is getting fun. Looks like Fernando Alves has lost his connection. He is out of the race. What a tough break there for Fernando. Now Josh Brink on the inside. of Sean Jacobs looking out of the front of that Budweiser sponsor machine. Simonsato running in the second position. Jacobs now getting back by in third. Two-car trying to find a place to get in here as the 8X tried to get by. Salviev is the leader, looking out of the back of his machine. You see Simonsato in the 44 car. Sean Jacobs in the 24. Got to play a little defense if you're the 72 car now.